Hello there at the Schwantz27's channel. This is your Lord and Savior, Vince Zampella, letting you know about our latest patch to Titanfall. Firstly, to appease all of you COD virgins, we put in an 8v8 pilots-only playlist called Pilot Skirmish, but it should really be called Climb to the Tallest Building and Stay There. No easy AI for you noobs to kill, and no Titan battles, which completely destroys the meta in our game. We didn't put this playlist in the game at the beginning because, of course, we know better than to bend to the wishes of you peasants. We simply put this game mode in there now to show off how shitty Advanced Warfare is going to be, since it's basically a copy of our game anyways. This new game mode also shows off how shitty the community actually plays when there's nothing in the game to keep the pace moving along. It'll have you running back to us saying, you were right to keep the AI and Titans in the game, or worse yet, have you actually put in ghosts in your disc tray. And you dumb shits thought the non-exosuit playlist in Advanced Warfare is a great idea. This is what happens when you make a game mode that goes against the entire design philosophy of your game. Or in the case of Ghosts, when Cranked should have been the main game mode, but sadly, only 50 people are playing it at a time. Anyways, these maps are now more empty than the feeling that you got after you hooked up with that girl on Saturday night and you don't even remember her name. Are you gonna call her? Of course fucking not. It's available for a limited time only, so make sure to play it so we can once again prove that devs are smarter than the community. High five to David Vonderhaar for that. Now moving on to an actual good game mode, Marked for Death is here to stay. The Schwantz27 will be extremely happy that we're keeping an original game mode in the game, unlike Pilot Hunter or 2v2 Last Titan Standing, which aren't new game modes, they're just watered down versions of the shit we already have. Throw away those gamer goggles, we've introduced colorblind assistance into our game for those of you that want shit to stand out more, but you're not really fucking colorblind. You can now buy one-off burn cards instead of having to sift through a pack full of shit like those Magic the Gathering nerds. And you can now autofill your empty slots before games for those of you that forget to do it in the eon it takes in between matches. Joining the game late is no longer penalized with a loss. Since our matchmaking is amazing, you'll get thrown into games that are already in progress. Even though your stats aren't seen globally, we'd hate to strike your record with a measly loss for a game that's out of your control. Speaking of matchmaking, we're making faster searching, improving team balancing, increasing the likelihood of being in full games, and drastically lowering the chance of having lopsided matches like 6v3. Now for the mundane details, Michael. We added some new voiceovers for events, and we didn't even charge you for it like some other FPS games. Titans don't show on the minimap when they dash like one of Santa's reindeer. The melees have also been adjusted by Titan weight, so the Tankasaurus Ogre is the most lethal, then the Atlas, and the Anorexic Strider is last. To mimic real life, there's a stimulus package which people will debate, but ultimately it'll do nothing since it's not large enough to make an impact. Thus, the people that were against it in the first place will say it didn't work, leaving the people that aren't actually stupid shaking their heads since those motherfuckers are the ones that wanted to be smaller in the first place! Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, stimulus package. You now get more money for rare burn cards. Whoop-de-fucking-do. The map export no longer contains areas where you could shoot through covered windows. What do you think, this is Black Ops 2? Oh, and we made improvements to the layout on the Xbox One because the system's UI is worse than getting a pimple on your inner eyelid. So go forth, my minions, and destroy some, well, minions. That is, unless you want to play the scumpy version of Titanfall with no AI and no Titans.